Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss the solution of the problem cadence algorithm. So let us look at the problem statement. The problem statement says given an integer array ARR, find the contiguous subarray that has maximum sum and return its sum. So for instance, if this is the array which is given to us, the contiguous sum can be found out by adding all the elements of the array, and the sum obtained is 9, and that is what we are returning over here. So that's about the problem statement, folks. Now let us discuss the solution of this problem. So in order to discuss the solution, let us take an example. So let us say this is the array which is given to us. So in cadence algorithm, what we do is we maintain a current sum, and current sum is equals to current sum plus the current element. So in this case, the current element is -2. So this is how we are going to update current sum. So current sum for the first element will be equals to -2. And then we are going to check whether the current sum is greater than the maximum sum. If current sum is greater than maximum sum, if current sum is greater than maximum sum, then maximum sum will be equals to current sum. And in this way, we will be updating our current sum and maximum sum. So for this case, current sum equals to -2. So let me write it down over here. Current sum equals to -2 and maximum is equals to -2. Let's say the maximum is set to -infinity. So since -2 is greater than -infinity, because of which maximum has been set to -2. And once current sum, and there will be one more additional check over here, which is if current sum is less than 0. In such case, all we have to do is we need to set our current sum equals to 0. Now, in this case, since current sum is greater than 0, because of which we are going to set current sum equals to 0. And in this way, we will be able to find the maximum contiguous subarray whose sum is maximum. So let us see how we will be able to do that. So the next element is -3, current sum equals to 0. So current sum will be updated to -3. Now between -2 and -3, -2 is greater, so maximum remains -2. And since current sum is less than 0, because of which this will be updated to 0. The next element is 4, so the current sum will be updated to 0 plus 4, which becomes equals to 4. And maximum will also be updated to 4. In this case, since current sum is not less than 0, because of which current sum will maintain its value. The next element is -1, so current sum will be updated by -1, which becomes equals to 3. Now since 4 is greater, because of which we are not going to update maximum, the next element is -2, so our current sum will become 1, and again maximum will not be updated. Now the next element is 1, so our current sum will become equals to 2, again maximum will not be updated. The next element is 5, so our current sum will become equals to 7, and since 7 is greater, because of which maximum will be updated to 7. Now the next element is -3, so the current sum will be updated to 4, and since maximum is greater, so maximum will not be updated. And towards the end, whatever is the value of maximum is what we are going to return. So in this case, we are going to return 7. And if we want to find out which subarray gives us the maximum sum, so this is that subarray which is giving us the maximum sum, which is 5 plus 1 plus 4, which is equals to 10, and -3, which is 7, is what we are getting. And that's the whole idea behind cadence algorithm. And just to do a quick recap, the first thing which we do is we compute current sum, which is equals to current sum plus the current element. Then we check if current sum is greater than maximum sum. In such case, maximum sum will be updated. And we also keep a track on whether current sum is less than 0. If current sum is less than 0, then current sum will be updated to 0. However, the cadence algorithm fails if all the elements are negative. So let us say all the elements are negative. So -1, -2, and -3. In such case, if you run the cadence algorithm, you will not get the answer. So in this case, the answer which we are expecting is -1. Since this is the largest contiguous subarray whose sum is maximum, because of which we need to return -1. So in order to tackle this case, what we are going to do is we are going to keep a track on all the elements, and we are going to check whether all the elements are negative or not. If all the elements are negative, we just have to find out the maximum element in the array. And since the maximum element in the array is -1, and that is what we are going to return. So that's the whole idea behind this problem, folks. Now let us discuss the pseudocode of this problem. So let us say we want to implement Kadane algorithm. So the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to take current sum, and initial value of current sum equals to 0. Similarly, we are going to take answer, and the value of this answer is -infinity. And then in order to handle the exception, which is if all the elements are negative, we are going to take a boolean type variable all negative, and we are going to set it to true, indicating that all elements are negative. And then we are going to take a maximum variable, and the value of this maximum value, or the default value for maximum, is -infinity. Then we are going to iterate on all elements of the array, and the first thing which we are going to do is we are going to compute our current sum, and current sum equals to current sum plus element. Then we are going to check if current sum is greater than answer. In such case, let us update our answer. So answer becomes equals to current sum. And the second case of Kadane algorithm, if current sum equals to negative, so current sum is less than 0, in such case we are going to mark current sum as 0. And then in order to handle the exception, we are going to check if element is greater than or equals to 0. If this is the case, then all elements are not negative, so we are going to mark all element equals to false. And then let's keep on computing the maximum element of the array. So in order to compute the maximum element of the array, we just have to check if element is greater than maximum. If element is greater than maximum, then maximum equals to element. And towards the end, when we are about to return our answer, all we have to check is if all negative. If all the elements are negative, then we need to return the maximum element of the array, which is there in maximum. Otherwise, we are going to compute the maximum sum subarray whose value is stored in answer, and that is what we are going to return. So that's the discussion of pseudocode, folks. Now let us see how we have implemented this in Python and C++. So first, let us look at the Python implementation. So in Python implementation, we are taking current sum and answer equals to 0, then a maximum and all negative. Then we are iterating on all elements of the array, and current sum equals to current sum plus element. If current sum is greater than answer, then answer equals to current sum. Otherwise, if current sum is less than 0, then current sum equals to 0. And this is the logic where we are computing if all elements are negative, and if all elements are negative, then compute the maximum element of the array. Towards the end, we are checking if whether all the elements were negative. If all the elements were negative, then we are returning the maximum element of the array. Otherwise, we are returning answer. So that's the Python implementation, folks. Now let us submit our solution. So our Python solution got accepted. Now let us look at the C++ solution. So the C++ implementation is also the same, folks. We have answer, current sum, all negative, and maximum. And then we are iterating on all elements of the array. We are computing current sum, and we are updating our answer. And if current sum is less than 0, then current sum equals to 0. Otherwise, we are checking whether all the elements are negative or not. And simultaneously, we are computing the maximum element of the subarray. Towards the end, if all the elements are negative, then we are returning maximum element of the subarray. Otherwise, we are returning answer. So that's the C++ implementation, folks. Now let us submit our solution. So our C++ solution also got accepted. That is all from this video, folks. In case if you have any question or comment regarding this video, please feel free to use the comment section and I'll try to address them. Thank you.